YouTube world? Jake here, episode 6, continuing to count down my favorite Warrick Dunn cards currently in the PC. Today's focus will be the year 2000, where I dive into my 10 favorite cards that I currently own. Now, I don't own everything, but I do own some cool stuff. Now, if you're not a Warrick fan, don't worry. You might just learn something. It doesn't mean your favorite player is not in these sets. And I don't know everything, so I'll do the best I can and sit back and maybe learn a few things. We're going to start off with number 10. Now, this isn't the hardest to get. It really isn't. This one is aesthetically pleasing, we'll say. So what we have here, look at that shine, the deep color. This is the 2000 UD Ionics Sunday's Best insert. Now, these are about 1 per box, so it's 1 in 23 packs. 15 cards in the set, so there's 15 different players. So the player odds are about 1 in 345 packs. Now, I know compared to something that's not, but 345 packs is a lot of packs. It doesn't get the respect it does. It's a beautiful card. I was downsizing some of my stuff, and this is just one of the less rare cards that just was so beautiful that I wanted to keep it. We will go from there to another cool release. Now, the one thing about the year 2000, parallels were starting to get a little bit heavier. This cool one right here is the 2000 Skybox Molten Metal. That's the Gridiron Gods insert, and this is the blue parallel out of 99. It's a cool looking card. Obviously blue. It's actually a metal card, so it is made on metal. Good photo of Warrick. It's just the stands behind him. But the cool thing, it's got like a Van Gogh Starry Nights pattern in the background. It's a really cool card. Numbered out of 99, so it's got some rarity. But there are 3 or 4 variations, or 3 or 4 different colors. I think there's a gold, a silver, and a base. But the blue is the only serial number version. Cool card. One I really like. Another one that from a brand I've talked about in some of my other videos is Playoff. This is one of the coolest cards I like, or I think. I really like it. It's a die cut. Look at that gold. That's the 2000 Playoff Prestige Human Highlight Film, the gold version out of 50. So there's a base and a gold. So like I said, they started doing a little more parallels in the year 2000. I don't know if the new millennium started a new trend, but more parallels were common. Game used relics and stuff like that were a lot more common, but I like to focus on some of the cool inserts. This one still has a beautiful die cut design. Human highlight film. It's printed on like a film reel. That's really cool. It's got the gold. It's just a good pose. It looks like he's about to bust a spin move. Really cool card. That's number 8. This one, when I first got into the hobby, I saw this and I found this and discovered it. I'm like, man, this card might get some, this might blow up, you know? Everybody loves the current version, and this is the original. Well, the original was the year before, but so this is, look at that. Look at that gold. This is the 2000 Pacific Prism Prospects. This is the holographic gold out of 50. So, yeah, Panini does Prism, but Pacific did them first. They spell a little bit different. They spell it Prism, but those of you that know, Panini owns the rights to Pacific, so maybe they just changed it a little bit themselves. This isn't the first year of Prism. This is just the lowest print run and the gold. So everybody loves Prism Gold. This was the first low-numbered Prism Gold, I'll say. There was one out of, I believe, 480 in the 99 version, but this one's numbered to 50, so I thought this was cool. This was one of the first cards I bought. I was like, man, people don't know about these yet. 3 years later, they haven't caught on as well. Some have, but not as much as I thought they would. But still, one of my favorite cards. It's just a beautiful card. It's got a cool design. If you look real close, it's a football field, and then the gold foiling is just awesome, kind of fanning. But the 2000 Pacific Prism Prospects holographic gold out of 50. From there, this is a set that's been at least 3 years I have of Warrick. I don't know exactly how many. It goes farther, but I don't do a lot of the Falcon stuff because where my life was, I didn't get to follow him as I would like to. You know, looking back at what he accomplished and the things he did while he was in Atlanta outside of football is just utterly amazing. If you don't know, check him out. He's probably one of the greatest humans to live or to come off the football field. Greatest football players. But this is the 2000 Donruss Elite Status out of 28 to his jersey number. Thing with Status, so Elite did something kind of cool. They did Status and Aspirations. So Status was die cut, gold foiling. It was numbered to the player's jersey number. And then there's Aspirations, which would have been the difference between the jersey number and a 100. 100 total cards. For Warrick, the first, or 28 of them were Status and 72 were Aspirations. So if you had a lower jersey number on a player, you might have like a 3 or a 1 and a 99. But the two combined to equal 100. The Status is the one I really like because they're numbered to his jersey number. I like things numbered to his jersey number or less, or just straight up iconic. This is the 2000 Donruss Elite Status out of 28. This one I think is really cool. I think what holds it back are there are multiple parallels, but to me this is the best just because of how bright the foiling shines. So, I don't know if I can get a good glimpse. This is the 2000 Pacific Vanguard High Voltage. Now this is the holographic silver version numbered to 10. So only 10 copies of the holographic silver. The holographic silver just has a brighter shine. It's flashier, it's shinier. All in all, I like the high voltage. You know, the weather cards are always really cool to me, like the Thunder and Lightning or the, what is it? Thunderstruck. Am I saying that right? From baseball. I just like that. The lightning strike, it's like, you know, electricity. High voltage is cool. And, you know, Warrick never really has a bad pose. Pacific did some really cool stuff. They did some weird stuff, but they did some really awesome stuff. But you know, you can't be perfect. To innovate, you're going to have some that aren't great, but you're going to have some that are legendary. So shout out to Pacific for not being scared to do that. Some of the stories from Mike Kramer are awesome. If you ever get a chance, check out boy Matt on the Essential Credentials podcast, who has interviewed Mike, and there's some really cool Pacific stories on there. But this is the 2000 Pacific Vanguard High Voltage Holographic Silver out of 10. If you can't find the out of 10 of your player, there's multiple parallels. This is just the lowest numbered one, and in my opinion, the shiniest. Next, we have the 2000 Donruss Stat Line out of 11. I was kind of curious, like, why only 11? So the story goes that these were numbered to a stat line in the season. So I guess in Warrick's biggest game, he had 11 receptions, and that was against Detroit on 10/31. Because of his biggest reception game, he got this card numbered to only 11 copies. So finding something from that long ago numbered to 11 copies is pretty cool. It's got pretty good shine to it. It's just something I like to have. I like this not as common but super low numbered stuff. So that's stuff I really enjoy picking up. All right. This next one. This next one is something I had to research. I knew it was low numbered. I knew it was cool looking, but I had to do some research on it. What we have here is the 2000 Playoff Momentum O's. What the deal with these is, they did X's and they did O's. The X's were serial numbered to the draft pick number where the player was drafted. So Warrick would have been number 12. The O's, however, were a little bit different. They were serial numbered to 10 times the round number in which the player was drafted. And then they're die cut with O's in gold foil stamping, where the X's were in red foil stamping on the X's. Don't have the X yet. I'd love to find it to match it up. But this is the O's, and this is out of 10 copies, which is numbered to 10 times the round he was drafted. So all first rounders that year would have had 10 copies. Really cool card, really unique. Just something I enjoy. Another one that I really like to have and picking up. It's cool. All right. This one, the next one, will be a little more popular. People really like this card. I'm indifferent. I like it. I'm glad I have it. It's super cool. It's a beautiful card. It is a beautiful card. This is the 2000 Fleer Showcase Legacy out of 20. Not to be confused with the 90s Flair Showcase Legacy Collection. So I don't know the backstory. I just know that they went from Flair to Fleer and tried to continue the Legacy name. They did lower the print run. These are only 20. Now, I don't know. Personally, I think maybe change the name, make it something different would have been a great idea. But it's still a beautiful card. Anything from this set is actually beautiful. Just the base cards are beautiful from this set. But it's got a nice, I don't know, Warrick just has a shine on him, like a holographic shine just on him, which pops off the card at certain angles. So it's really cool. I don't know how to describe it. On the back, number to 20, Legacy 2000. Just a gorgeous, gorgeous card. Now, I have seen base cards from this that are also also gorgeous. It's just a beautiful set in general. But the shine on this is just awesome. Fun story. I saw the 1 of 1, the masterpiece of that, online not too long ago, and I was thinking about it. I decided not to do it. It was really weird. The seller had 2 masterpieces, and the pictures were just bad. Like, I was trying to look at the serial number, and in a really bad picture, it looked like it was like almost had been like the fingernail under it and like scraped. I don't know. Maybe somebody was putting it in a binder and it got caught, but the serial number looked like it was a little weird. So I, messaged the seller like, hey man, you have a better picture of the serial number. Like, this is a big card. I'd probably spend a little bit of money towards this. And I got no response. So I sent I kind of zoomed in, screenshotted it, and sent it to a couple friends, and everybody said kind of the same. They can't really tell. I knew that was going to be one of the more expensive cards in the collection, and if I couldn't get, simply a better picture from the seller, I wasn't comfortable spending that kind of money. So if you guys sell on eBay and somebody asks for a better picture of a card that, might sell for a few $100, or I think this one ended up at $900, and I would have bid on it, but I didn't even try. Don't be afraid to send a picture. If you are afraid, then maybe you have something to hide. Unfortunately, he didn't respond, so I did not bid. It was not worth the risk. I'm not a big dollar card guy, and that was big dollars to me for a card, so I'm not gonna take a risk on something like that. But I did see it. I do have a picture of it in my phone. Hopefully it's legit for the person that did buy it. It was just a terrible picture and a seller not willing to take a better one. All right. Well, moving on. This is my favorite. This is one of my favorite cards, and a lot of people might not agree with this. I mean, from the year 2000, there's probably some. But this is awesome to me. Why is this awesome? Well, first of all, what is it? It's the 2000 Skybox Soul Train insert Star Rubies version out of 100. Another one of those where they made they're making inserts and then parallels of the inserts now. More common starting in the year 2000. There's probably a couple before this, but it was a common thing in the year 2000. Why do I like it? Growing up, if anybody's my age, waking up on, I think, Saturday or Sunday morning, seeing Soul Train with all the musicians and the people dancing, it was just a happy memory. Number two, I like the design. I like the lettering. It's obviously number to 100. I have the base, but the red really makes it pop. So it's just one of my favorite cards. Like, sometimes buy what you like and not what everybody else likes. I know a lot of people like these. There's other inserts in this set that are really cool as well, but it's one of my favorites. It's one that I would probably rank a lot higher than other people would, but I'm happy to have it in the collection. Well, that's what I got today from the year 2000. So this was my the year after I graduated. The world did not end in 1999. Y2K was not a thing, so the cards kept coming. Work was on the books for this year and one more. Guess that means I got one more episode of the Warrick Dunn countdown. There'll be plenty more Warrick after that, but hopefully you learned something. If you don't like Warrick, there's plenty more players in these sets. There's sets you can research. So thank you for tuning in, and until next time, peace.